sit bail at 1.5. Okay? And under Illinois law, you post 10%. Obviously, these people do not have the resources to bail for the near future. They're going to be in until we can get a real bail hearing, which explains these outrageous claims that the state's attorney read with a prepared statement about what the people are planning to do. We believe those are fabricated charges and that it's based on police informants and provocateurs, which is a common pattern that we've seen against people who are protesting.
Informants provided them with materials?
That's what we understand. They didn't even provide them with materials. They had the materials and they left the materials there, so when the raid came, they grabbed the materials.
What is your course of action now that the sanctions have been imposed?
You mean the bond?
Yeah.
We're going to go to court on Tuesday, and hopefully we're going to get more information that the state has about the case and begin to prepare a defense.
Thank you.
I want to ask one question. They said something about buying gasoline at the BP.
Yeah, I mean,
is there any evidence of that?
We have no evidence of that. We're going to have to wait to see what their evidence is. Very early in the case, we're just finding out right now what they even say. All these things that they read were surprises to us.
So that was the first time you'd heard any of that stuff?
Everything.
Wow.
All the charges were in the newspaper this morning, but other than that, all the specifics, we've heard this for the first time.
Amazing.
So what's your response to the announcement about the evidence that they say they've gathered, everything from the bow and arrows?
We question it from top to bottom. We know that there were 2 police informants who infiltrated the group, and we believe they're the ones that provoked this, and they're the ones that had the illegal activity and the illegal materials. That's what our understanding is. We're going to find out more as the case unfolds.
So what would be the motivation of the police to do this?
To discredit protesters that come to the city and to make it seem like the police are under attack when people are peacefully protesting.
Your name, sir?
Deutsch, Michael Deutsch.
And you're with the
National Lawyers Guild and People's Law.
Okay, how do you spell Deutsch?
Just like to spell it, sprechen Sie Deutsch.
Okay.
What have your clients told you about what they have told you here?
Well, you know, I can't discuss it with client. Attorney-client. I will say they told us they had no intent to commit any criminal violent act by coming here. It was not their intent. In fact, Mr. Church goes to school to be an EMT, an emergency technician. He's a medical person and he wants to help people, and he has no intention and had no intention of doing any violent act.
Is Mr. Chase the individual who's got a bench warrant out for him?
I don't know. I don't know who is.
Can you comment on the home brewing equipment and what that relates to the charges on? Are they using the home brewing equipment as evidence?
To relate to the charges at this point. But I do know there was home brewing equipment in that house.
Beer home brewing, correct?
Home brewing equipment. Now, whether they're going to use that as evidence, I don't know at this point.
Thank you so much, Mr. Deutsch.
There's been a lot of cases of activists being arrested with this, and FBI firms being very heavily involved. Do you think that, like, the involvement of informants could be considered entrapment?
Yeah, entrapment, or even worse than entrapment. If they create the crime itself and then even entrap these people, that's under our understanding. But entrapment is the people are not open to do it, and it's the police that create the circumstances to allow them to do it.
So how are you suggesting that the police created this?
This is our understanding at this point. They brought the materials. They suggested that this happened. The people were not willing to do it. They then called for a raid, and they arrested everybody in the house.
How did the police meet these individuals?
They met them at a May 1st demonstration.
Where?
Wherever the May 1st demonstration was.
Probably LaSalle and Jackson.
And actually, they also probably met them originally at the Occupy headquarters in Sterling.
Have they heard the allegations that they supposedly were going to blow up?
They just heard it, like everybody else.
What was their reaction to that?
They're telling me, oh, that's not true, and I'm saying, what am I going to do right now, But they heard heard all these things for the first time, just like you and I heard them, in a written, published statement by the state attorney.
And what did they say about it?
Whatever, I didn't speak to them other than what they were saying to my ear. That's not true, that's not true.
So I'm the defendant's part of the black bloc.
No, absolutely not. They denied it. They denied it. They're anarchists as well.
In the case that the charges are dropped, what's the chances that the police will be charged with terrorism for creating these plots?
Almost none.
What was the Secret Service and FBI's involvement in this?
I don't know. They were involved in the raid in some way, but I don't know their specific involvement prior to the raid, whether they were surveilling these people, whether they taped them. I don't have that information yet. We'll get it, though.
It sounded from what the state's attorney said that each one of these individuals had some run-in with the law in their past.
I can't really comment on that because I didn't, but I don't know that they had any serious run-ins with the law like that.
What do you know about the background of the other two defendants?
I didn't interview them, so I don't know.
I'm fine. Can you tell us your name and spell it, and which person you are defending?
My name is Michael Deutsch, D-E-U-T-S-C-H, and I stepped up for Mr. Churchill.
And you said he was in school for medical training?
Yeah, he was in school at EMT, Broward Community College, a 6-month program to be trained as an EMT.
It's my understanding that juries rarely acquit people accused of terrorism. Do you think that there's a kind of strategic charge being made with the terrorism charges?
Absolutely. Terrorism is a charge that makes people, eyes blank over and think, oh my God, you know, this is a threat. And that's why they bring such charges.
Have you been given a copy of the search warrant?
No, I haven't. No, I have not seen the search warrant. Okay?
Thank you
so much.